Welcome to Colored Radio. I am Jusha, your illustrious host. This is King Maul. How you doing, King Maul?
Hey, that's me, squad. It never gets old.
We have a special guest today, Rake.
That's it?
I mean,
I got no applause. I got this whole.
Hold on.
You got no soundtrack. Like,
You got to give him the full the one and only.
No, that's okay. We here now. You can't
you want
put
applause?
toothpaste.
You need the
You
the
can't put
gospel
toothpaste
clap.
back in the tube. You already introduced me. I can't get reintroduced.
Welcome, sir.
It's good to be here.
Yeah,
I think.
man. It's a journey, but it's always worth it to get to Narnia. This is Goat Studios.
Okay.
Sample guy.
I like what you guys
Hey, how
done
you
with the
doing?
place.
Thank you.
Since
S.
the last time I
Carter.
was here.
Hey, S. Carter. Top 5 and your social media name so that people can find you, sir.
Rake-E, Rakeonia, R-I-C-K-O-N-I-A. On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, if you still have it.
Hey.
I think it's Black Planet too.
I was about to say,
I think it's
MySpace
Black
is
Planet.
good?
Yeah. You know what's funny? Justin Timberlake
Bought it.
invested like years ago $1 million and just lost it. Like it didn't do it. He was gonna turn it basically to like a Napster meets
Did they
Twitter.
change the logo? It
Yeah, it
was
was
like
supposed to be an
mine and
intersection.
it was space.
Mm.
Yeah, he was thinking outside the box with that one.
So I gotta give you top 5 artists, albums, TV shows, and issues. Oh, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oars. Those I should probably put Or in there.
A lot more oars.
Yeah.
In no particular order.
No particular
particular
order,
order.
just to get to know
Artists, just music, or just
Artists.
am I playing to the
favorite
crowd?
painters? People, it's an icebreaker to get to know you.
No, but if I play to the crowd versus like I have like 45,000 songs on Spotify in my playlist.
Jesus. I mean, hey, we play a little bit too, so
So let me give you my background first, and then I'll explain to you.
Okay.
I went to Warrensville,
Okay.
which is 99% black when I was there.
Okay.
Then I left and went to university school, which is 99% white.
We played
Then I
that.
went to Morehouse, which is 99% black.
Again.
So my world is kind of just.
Yeah, you gotta switch between worlds.
Okay.
So my favorite artist, if we were going artists, would definitely be James Brown, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, John Mayer, and see, I'm a hip hop head, so Outkast, hence Rakeonia, Stinkonia, Outkast. But then the Sade move, then Michael McDonald, I get Biggie, Jay, Common for sure.
He's going through all the categories, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Going through the
let me go
Rolodex
back to the
and
white.
saying-
Then I'm going like I'm thinking like I love
What's the last song you listened to?
on the way here. I just listened to Erykah Badu live album. Who's a friend of mine? It's her birthday today.
I'm seeing her.
supposed to
I'm
text
seeing
her.
her in March.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I actually, funny story. I introduced her to her last boyfriend,
Hey.
which is a weird story because he was married.
Okay. But it's Erica.
It is. We,
I don't hear too many no's when it comes to her.
It's true. He
Shout out
was
to
married.
that
He was,
Pussy candle
he was
out
married
there.
20 years, and we did a show called Black Dynamite, and I was on set of Real House Husbands, and Erica was there. I was there, and I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "What's up?" She's like, "No one's talking to me. First person to talk to me." And I was like, "'Cause you're weird." She goes, "I'm weird."
it's
I
an
go,
energy.
"Yeah." She goes, Is that my perception?" I was like, "Come on."
You're different.
Yeah. So we started talking, ate lunch, hung out, and it turned out that her son, which is Andre's son, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. 7, was a huge fan of Black Dynamite. And I was like, "You want to be a character?" And she was like, "I'm going to give you my number. Don't take it if you're not going to use it." And I was like, "Oh." So she would send me emojis and pictures and whatever, and then we got to be a character. And her and my boss, I guess, hit it off very well. And, yeah, he left his wife and,
I mean,
with the 3 kids.
Oh.
And then they broke up. And so I texted her about a year ago, and I was like, "What up, Erica?" She's like, I could read you the text.
Oh,
It was
God.
the exact text was, I said, "Peace Queen, doing some stuff in Cleveland, come through." She said, "Not speaking to you. Blank is a clown. All your fault, N-word." And she actually used her own emoji. And I go, "Did you really just use your own meme? This is some Inception." Can I say shit?
First
Yes.
off, that's dope.
Yeah, she used her own. I said, "This is some Inception shit."
oh my God.
just literally-
I'm so happy that you can use your own memes when you're that famous. Yes, that's what they're for, right? If it's me, I'm using me.
So I don't know where we are in our friendship, but I did write her, "Hey, heard you coming to Cleveland in March." She thumbs upped it.
She's not that mad at you then.
I mean,
No, she say, "Hey, here's some tickets."
No.
Not thumbs up. Because my response back is like, "Oh."
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at a hey big head from Erica Badu. You know, that's not a.
So I'm gonna text her today. It is her birthday, so I'm glad you guys reminded me.
Shout out to Erica Badu.
Yeah, she's a homie. She's a homie. But anyway, she's in my top 5. Let's do this. I'm taking over the show. I'm sorry.
No, man, talk it out.
Give me categories. Give me top 5 women, top 5 R&B. Like, help me out.
Top 5
That's
women,
2.
first of all, because that's what I'm going to
Music,
get into.
not just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
music.
Top
sorry.
5 women. Halle Berry's number 1 for me, hands down.
Is she?
Yeah, still.
Do you? Okay.
She's a goat.
Really?
I like my girls dumb. Like, I like my girls like my music, slow and easy.
Okay.
have a
But
bell?
the fact that she's been dumped so many times,
She's ready.
that is
Nobody
strange.
wants that
Something's
right.
wrong.
That's perfect.
Something's wrong.
I like that.
It's a trophy.
Attainable.
It's,
You like dealing with a problem child, man.
Yeah, it's easier. It makes it fun.
it's a
Nobody
broke
wants no-
rollie.
That's fine.
You want a broke rollie? Like you know it's a
what
rollie.
is it? Still a rollie?
It's still a rollie, but it's broke.
I got it for cheap.
True.
So you take the fake rollie.
I ain't say that.
Oh, okay.
Broke rollie. You can fix it.
All the brothers got him. All the brothers in the hood got him. They don't even know. They
That's
don't even know the
crazy.
difference.
That is sad. But no, I'm a music person. Like music is literally my life. Like it as a kid, I would get punished. They would take away whatever.
Top 5 oldies that aren't the oldies anymore because they've been around.
Give me what oldies are, because I just realized yesterday the '90s.
Are
It's
oldies
30
now?
years ago. Literally, 1990s, 30 years ago.
For this generation, is considered the oldies.
Yeah.
80s for us.
How old are you guys?
I'm 28.
Same.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Yeah.
It's like Erica Badu would be an oldie. See, Jill Scott would be oldies. Like it would.
Okay. I mean,
To an 18-year-old kid, they don't know a new Erica Badu album.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Anita
weird.
Baker's ancient.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
They don't even know who that is.
I can't even tell you an album for real, but not.
You for real?
Yeah, I can't tell you an album.
Rapture. Listen to us. Amazing.
There we go.
Rapture.
Thank you.
Caught up
So I
in
have
the
sample
rapture
God here.
of
He knows all.
Okay. Yeah, but I love music. But anyway,
Okay.
top 5. That's
Do you play any instruments?
I do.
What do you play?
I play the harmonica.
Hey.
Have you
Actually
been
took
featured?
lessons.
Have you been featured?
That's actually funny you mentioned. I've been trying to get on anybody's album. Just let me rock. And because Stevie Wonder did it.
Yeah, he did.
And I feel like we
did.
just had a huge gap. And I feel like there's a lane right there. So I'm like, let me.
Lil Duval it. Just put out one harmonica song a year,
What you
man.
mean one?
Just one.
I don't like your energy. No, I'm trying to be on top. I ain't trying to win it. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to name
trying
me.
to win.
I want my own category at the Grammys. Best harmonica album goes to
Take over.
Dylan. Diddy's considered old school.
Diddy is old
They
school.
play him on 93.1.
To me, he's old school.
Which Diddy? Is it Puffy?
All of them.
Puff Daddy.
See, because
Carl Thomas is
Brother
definitely old
Love
school.
Diddy is like Kurt.
He didn't make any music though.
He's more so business. It's business.
Who's your
Brother
top
Love.
5? I sound old, but to me the best hip hop era in movies was 92 to 2003.
I can see that.
The white tee era kind of ruined, like
A lot of it.
Lean With It, Snap, like that
See,
whole.
that's when I went outside, quote unquote. So
Did
that's
you have a
when
long white tee?
That is though.
I was a fat kid.
Did you have a long white tee?
It was always going to be.
Did you
big
lift
tees.
your shirt up to use the restroom?
Yes.
So
I had one
Yes.
long tee.
Yes.
I literally
Yes.
had one long tee.
Damn, you just gave me flashbacks.
It was a weird time because
Rolling
kids
it,
genuinely
folding
look
it
like
so it didn't wrinkle. So you got to fold it
yeah,
up.
y'all look like Barney Rubble.
I was never
Yeah.
the jersey guy though.
No, I couldn't.
Nah.
I
Got into the
could not
jerseys.
afford the jerseys.
No.
Could not. I had one jersey and it was passed down.
Real talk, I was in the club one night and a guy was wearing a LeBron jersey. And LeBron was next to him. So it was awkward. It didn't have to be awkward, it was just weird. Like, hey man, you're a grown man wearing LeBron jersey next to him. It wasn't even authentic. It was like
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah, it was sad. But anyway, thanks for having me, guys.
No, thank you for coming. This is one of them things where we
Pleasure's
like,
all yours.
This is episode 171. So shout out to you being our 170
Jesus.
Yep.
first episode.
Have y'all done all of them together?
Yes.
Once a week?
Yes.
Yep.
Y'all
I
like
probably missed out probably a couple. Like 4.
y'all like each other?
That's my roommate. We got the
I
same
don't
name.
mean, I didn't see he didn't answer.
We got the same name.
But y'all like each other?
Yeah, that's
That's
my best
cool,
friend.
man.
That's my brother.
He's not saying anything. See, okay, now he said.
What? No, I let him
The
get
voice
it
got
out.
high, like,
Like, you know, I sit next to him.
Yeah. We
for
met
it,
the first day of high school. We got the same scholarship.
what high school?
St. Villa
St.
and St.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Okay, shout out is no longer, right?
No, it's still going.
We
I'm
still,
talking about Regina, sorry.
we still kicking.
Yeah, Regina.
Yeah, we got some of their girls.
We had
in
an
there.
old dude, man, for y'all. This dude named Melvin Levitt. Jesus.
Melvin Levitt.
Basketball player. He,
That name sound familiar. Though.
oh my God. This dude jumped over. Anyway. Kid was crazy. He actually ended up transferring to Euclid. I think he bounced around like Cleveland State, played overseas, but this dude he was like Mr. Basketball, like the whole world. But anyway, amazing. Sorry.
Do
Wealth of knowledge here.
do you
Or unchecked knowledge.
Unchecked knowledge.
You don't even know if it's real or not. I'm just.
Word vomit, just spitting it out there,
Word vomit? I used to say verbal diarrhea. Is what
verbal diarrhea? I like to say verbal bourbon.
Did have fun though on Sunday though. I did have a little fun.
Yes,
After,
yes. Let's say we went to our first hashtag lunch bag.
Yep. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
I put a lot of pressure on people. I don't do events. I don't show up to stuff unless people come to. Because it's one thing to know what I'm doing for community, what I'm doing in the community. And you see it online, it's great, and you're motivated, inspired. But it's one thing to actually experience it, because I like to say that there's no more fun charity event in the world.
Oh no.
You're right.
And I just started embracing that tag maybe about 2 months ago. I was meeting with a lady that organizes and works and consults with a lot of big nonprofits. And after the meeting, she goes, "How do you do it?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You have black, white, rich, poor, Asian, young, old, like all this stuff. She's like, how do you get this many people who don't look like anybody to do charity work?" She goes, "Charities always are either black, white, this type. Like it's always whatever." She's like, "Your charity's just whatever." And I was like, you know what? I answered her, but I kind of played with it for a little bit. And I was like, I don't treat charity events like charity events. Like I don't assume you should come. I assume you're not gonna come. I don't want to. Why would I go to a charity event? To be honest, it's cold outside Sunday. Why am I getting up?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, and I always say with charity events, everything has changed and evolved. Radio, food, drinks, dances, whatever. Everything's evolved but charity.
It's funny that you say that too, because I remember like in high school going back to the Cleveland Food Bank, doing charity there, and it's like just like it's nothing.
Still that way.
Environment was nothing
Still
like
that way. And I mean, it's almost like hip hop wise for me. I'm being real with y'all. Like in my head, it's like I'm talking shit to other charities.
Oh yeah.
Like if you
It's a flex.
That's
I
how we feel
said
about
if
the
you give it
podcast.
if you give 2 scoops of mashed potatoes at your charity event, and that's the type. I don't know if you guys ever heard the beginning spill, but I tell people if you want that boring nonprofit, leave. We're not it. We're not it. Like I don't know if you guys know Alexander John. He did the Puma shoe for Jay-Z and all that stuff. He's doing one for Rake. We're coming out with our own shoe, high-end shoe that we got designers, so sneakerheads. Like we just keep doing things. We actually our next event at Dave & Buster's, we're doing a Beachwood place, and we're actually doing a shop. But it has to be like I'm working with Glenn. I work with designers. Like if it's not hot, if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. So it's not. It's an element that we hold ourselves that it has to be hot. Like if it's not hot or fun, I don't want to do it.
And you deal with everything personally, right?
Personally, I have to touch or whatever. But it's literally the aspect of if it's not cool. If you're a kid in New York City, you're a kid in LA, you're a kid in wherever, and you see a shirt or hat or you just see what we're doing, I want you to be like, damn, that's cool. Like to me, I consider Rake a hip hop nonprofit.
Yeah.
I do.
It's a lifestyle.
I
type
do.
Thing.
And blacks or minorities, even hip hop, the true hip hop, not whatever this, whatever crap. But it comes from a place of helping each other. We don't have shit. We never had shit. We don't own shit. But we look out for each other. We're trying to figure out how the next person is. So for me, when I first started Rake, and I won't get to the long version of the story, but the story I like to tell. Well, no, but the story I like to tell for us. Because the bigger story is all online been told is I was going through things, living in my car got repossessed, and just trying to figure out life. I had $20 left in my name, bought pizza for homeless people, and it kind of went viral. And the next day I got my TV writing gig, and so the universe and God was telling me, cool, that's the story.
Shout out to the
but
secret.
but the real story, the real story for me is I never saw charity to look like us. Ellen, Oprah, and those shows, African American male is on there who's an athlete or special needs or something, or a cop that's helping some white people.
Right.
But just a brother like us, is rare that we're just doing kindness. Even the word kindness sounds kind of like cheesy. Oh, let's be kind. Like, all right, whatever. So I never seen the element or aspect of people that look like us. 28, y'all came, y'all did your thing, y'all didn't stand out, whatever, but that it's fun. And I never experienced that before, even being whatever. I always say, like, Rake itself is, for people listening, random acts of kindness everywhere. I'm even too old for it. It's a hashtag. It's a movement online. You know, and mind you, saw older people there and you saw younger, but it's. I go to speak to schools daily. I went to one today, one yesterday, and the kids get it. Oh, what I'm supposed to do? I ain't got no money. What are you good at? You know, not Joe's, you know, high five. Like, what can you do in your community to help people and inspires and motivates people to do whatever? I had a kid yesterday, and I joked, man. I feel like I'm all over the place when I'm bringing it back around. I feel like we don't know how to grieve, and I'm going to bring it full circle. It's like we go online and we have to do whatever our connection is to whoever died or whatever was missing. So this whole Kobe Bryant thing, these kids, I mentored these 8th graders at Cleveland Heights, Monticello, and they're like, "Oh, it was so inspirational. He motivated me." I go, "Motivated you do what?" They go, "What do you mean?" I go, "Motivation is an action. When you're motivated, you go do something." And they go, "No, I ain't did nothing." I go, "He ain't motivated you. You just saying what you do, post a meme, retweeted something. That's not motivation. Then you didn't get it, and that's okay not getting it. Don't say you got it, but it's okay to live there." So my thing is, when I first started Rake, people, not that many, but people would say, "Oh, how cool would it be if this guy did acts of kindness and didn't post them? Just did it." And I remember I used to get beat up about it. And this guy named TJ Lavin, who's yeah, that's one of my best friends.
Okay.
MTV Road Rules,
Yeah.
one of the best bikers of all time.
Yeah,
So I was in Vegas.
shit.
I was in Vegas, and he was like, "Yo, I follow you." Well, I didn't follow. He's like, "All these people telling me I need to meet you. You're doing these acts of kindness." And he was like, "I do them all the time. I don't post them. Why should I post them?" Mind you, I'm in a strip club at the time. It's 5 a.m. He's like, "Meet me for breakfast at 6 a.m." I'm like, "All right, whatever." Like smelling like stank, whatever. We go. Me and my boy go, and I pull up. I was like, "I guarantee you right now, you got whatever 500 million followers. If we go do some acts of kindness, you post them. 3 people might say you shouldn't be posting them, but watch how many people you motivate and inspire. Watch." So he's rogue, if you know TJ Lavin. So we driving downtown Vegas. We finds a random homeless dude, throws him in his truck, literally, and was like, "We about to give you a makeover and buy you some food, and we're gonna take care of you." Dude was crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't even go to that story. It's a crazy story. But we posted it. Sure enough, people just started doing the same thing. So even more funny, my mentor at the time, this dude named Dave Stewart, Velo, whatever, shout out to him, told me, he was like, "Yo, you know Jesus had a whole book written about him doing kindness." So he was like, "If people want to talk about you bragging, you trying to be God," like joking. But the more now I do it, the whole goal is to motivate and inspire. We took 200,000 bottles of water to Flint. Day 2, when we found out crisis, Puffy and all those people did it later. We do a sock drive. We collect over 200,000 pairs of socks nationwide. You guys showing up. So we post a motivate and inspire. I tell these kids, instead of taking 20 selfies, take 19, but show one of yourself doing good. Watch you motivate and inspire. And it's a weird concept because you're supposed to do good and be quiet about it. Excuse my language. Fuck that. Why wait till Ellen and these white people or news stations tell you, "Oh, look what this guy did in the community"? Fuck, be your own fucking outlet.
Yeah,
That's how we
the
started.
status quo. Yeah, just everybody
Why
keeps
not?
thinking.
Yeah,
like,
you show your rollie, show yourself with the rollie, and "Oh, I'm about to make some lunches."
Yeah.
Watch it. Even if somebody writes in the comments, he bragging, okay. I even tell people that, okay.
Do you get that a lot?
I don't. I used to a lot.
Okay.
I used to, but people don't know.
Yeah.
Like now you see the movement. I'm invested in. But even if you do, I tell you a secret, man. In Vegas, a guy in Vegas, he's a homeless dude I met, amazing dude, that builds bikes for other homeless people. And I asked him, he goes around, gets parts, and he builds bikes. I go, "What about people that sell them or doesn't appreciate them?" He goes, "I got a blessing. I was blessed to build bikes. Once I give them the bike, that's on them. If I stop giving them the bike, that's me losing my blessings because of what I've done." So to your point, even if we went outside right now and bought Rolex watches for all the single moms, somebody, "Oh, they just doing it to flex." Okay, guess what? Single moms got the watches.
And
So
no
if we went right now and bought McDonald's and gloves and socks and we had the worst, mentality about doing it. And if somebody benefited from it, hey, sit at home on your phone and "Oh, they just doing it for who gives a shit?" Mind you, those people, but who cares? At the end of the day, man, it's all we're here. We're here on this planet. We're here to try to do as much good as we can. But if you can motivate and inspire people, you never know. I tell this dude, Trey Lewis, a basketball player who's kind of fringe. He's been making it, not making it. He was in G League. He went to Louisville, all this stuff. But I told him, you never know your story is for other people. Whoever motivated Obama to be president probably didn't even know it. So a lot of times you guys are doing this and podcasts, and you guys want to be, nationwide and big and da-da-da, but you never know who the next story, who's watching. So your story is your story, but you never know who you're motivating and inspire, ever. Ever. Especially black men, we already have, bullseye and people watching us to mess up or whatever it may be, but it's like, all right, watch me. Come on.
Yeah.
Let me get this.
I think a big difference with you is the consistency. Because, I still remember one of the first time I got hip to Rake in the first place was, he was in Miami, probably, a couple years ago. Saw you on a Snapchat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Females
he
got
from
me
Cleveland?
hit, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. The females, the more females that I followed that were bad and they already had you or you popped up in their story, I'm like, God damn it, this man.
If
This is
nothing
the
else,
guy.
do kindness because of that.
Hey,
And then
I was about to say
Sonny
his
too.
his
Sonny, the
hashtag
photographer.
Sorry,
Rushbacks
Sonny just look what Sonny just go ahead. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I just
his
got,
hashtags
'cause of him
have
too.
the finest women there. So if anything, you want to come there just to.
We've had 3 marriages and 9 couples meet at hashtag.
Come on, man.
Seriously.
Because it's amazing.
Sonny just got me out just on this last night. Just women.
Shout out to Serge, man. Serge is my guy, man. Serge is.
Talk about it, man. Every time I see him out, it's just funny.
But that's the
Serge is
energy.
always
That's
the
the type of energy, man. And just like I said, it's hard enough not to be deeper and not to bring it racial, but we are black men in this room. But it's so hard. We go to clubs, everybody just looking down, sad, depressed. And I'm blessed. I've been blessed. And people, I hate the phrase, people, oh, you're going to be blessed from what you do. Now I'm already blessed is why I'm doing it. I'm blessed already. Like if I tell people yin and yang, and part of what I do with Rake, I'm not a saint. People, I see, not again when I first started, Rick was drunk in the club. Yup.
But that
Fucking
brings in
drunk as
people
shit.
though. But that makes you.
I'm
feel
real,
human.
man.
Like, yeah,
I don't. If you walking around talking about kindness all day, you probably killing pigeons in your backyard.
You gotta have an outlet. You gotta have a vice.
It's just
But
real.
shooting the heads off.
It would be weird not to see you out. It would be weird not
Man,
to see you out.
but that's what it was. I had all this. My ninth grade teacher kicked me out of class one day. He said, I used to get that a lot, but he said, he kicked me out and he yelled. He said, you had the power influence. If you ever use it for good, it would change the world. Wow. It took me 20 years to figure out what the fuck he was talking about. But I was blessed to be funny, silly, whatever it may be, and it's like, whatever. Like I don't give a shit. Damn, I'm getting too real. There's some things I don't care about, but I still do it to motivate and inspire people. Like in the city with AJ Petiti's Gardens. Every year we do about 15,000 plants in the city of Cleveland, plant them. People like that shit. I don't really give a shit about no plants. But I like to post things to show and motivate people. You can do it on your own. You don't need to be
Because
me.
the next gardener out there, and he's like, "Yo, this is what I want to do."
Right now, we're tackling lunch school debts. Like we're going all in, and it's y'all don't even want to know.
Wait, like
Every
grade
school,
or high
every school got, bro. I don't even want to tell you. We can talk off record.
I'm like,
Schools
I'm
got
gonna
like
be shocked
30.
though,
No,
like-
Brooklyn, Ohio. They got 10,000 residents. We found out their school debt right now, halfway through, is like $22,000
on lunch.
on lunch.
Don't they pay for their lunch?
Do they? They give them credit. But there's so many other stories. I'm joking, but I'm not. If I really start to like write the things that we're finding, it might be suicide. Like not suicide, it might be attempts on our life.
Yeah.
It's so
just-
much woven. Why are you
Follow
giving
the
kids
money.
credit?
Yeah, you following the money.
Because we want to know if we pay some debts for the kids, because kids can graduate. They're putting ices on their hands. They're shaming them. They can't eat. Yeah, it's real. Like nationwide is real.
Wow.
But then we were like, we got these bills in from all the school districts. We talking to these schools, the principal. Cleveland Heights got this much. They got this much. We're like, damn. So if we found this money, $16,000, we're like, well, is it real debt? Like, are we paying the food services?
Yeah. Or
Are
is it
we
simulated
paying
that
something else
to
back?
hold over? So
Then we were like, what is the food people making? What is the cafeteria? What is the principal?
Who's cutting the deals?
Oh, once we started pulling these strings.
It's like an HBO series. I don't want to talk about it no
Watch this,
more.
but every single school district got like Shaker had like 15, like we talking half a year.
Yeah.
And Rake ain't making that type of money. We ain't bringing that much in.
I'm low key shocked.
But-
right
Oh, no,
now.
if I showed you,
You're
but that's
saying
what
richer
Rake,
areas too. You're saying.
well, here's the thing: Cleveland, the poor areas actually get taken care of federal, which I think. But then we found out like there's some schools like South Euclid. We found out their lunch is like $3.85. Do this math with me. You got 3 kids, $3.85 times 3 times 5 times a whole.
Yeah. It's
But I'm like, why does the lunches cost that much?
man, I used to get free lunch back in the day.
But get my point. Like $3.85 is not cheap.
Yeah.
So
Every
it's like,
day.
well,
Yeah. Every
well,
day. That's
you can't give $1.25 lunch. Why does the lunches cost that much? Is it something
Yeah.
federal to say, hey, lunches shouldn't be over $1 a day?
Yeah. Reduced
Oh,
lunch is a lot
don't,
of. Yeah,
don't get me started.
yeah.
We've been doing this for like about a month. Like they wanted to do all these news articles, and I said no because I was like, let me research. And then the more research we keep doing, the more we like,
keep finding out. It's
shit.
like,
Yeah.
if you bring that to the light, you bring too much attention.
So
Maybe
now
the
we're
wrong
like,
thing.
But then we found out like some parents are like, I went to my kid's school. We found out my kid got a $100 bill, but I give my kid lunch every day. So some of the kids are still getting lunch because they're getting credit. So why is a kid at 9th grade getting credit?
So what
see
you're
what I'm
saying
saying?
is, so
And they
they
bring
can
in
go
lunch.
up
So
and be
now I
like,
feel bad for
put
what
this
if I
on my
pay it?
account. I'm about to eat
Yeah.
lunch.
So here I am coming to save the day, which is okay, but I'm saving the day for somebody who like, oh yeah, I didn't even know my kid had a debt.
Yo,
So
that's
now it's
my mom whooped my ass. I'm spending on big
as she
Texases,
should.
and I done racked up.
Why are you giving kids credit?
Exactly.
Like, that wasn't even an option back
I have
then.
no idea
It's like,
what that means.
If you ain't had no
anyways,
money,
sorry.
you get no lunch.
But that's
If you're hungry, like you're just eating. You
Yeah,
just, you
but that's
about
the
to eat.
thing that like Rake likes to do is we probably would pay. We said we're doing one a month, which we are, but hopefully in other schools, other districts, other or states, people will do what we're doing and bring awareness to it. So that's the fun of it, man. It gets fun. It's I am a comedian by trade, writer, which I read an article a month ago, and the next day I read another article that comedians, you guys know, suicide rates are through the roof. The next day I read an article, people who run nonprofit suicide rates are through the roof. So here I am.
Really?
Okay.
I'm on the corner of fucked up and fucked up.
I mean,
But
but
you're no longer synced, though. Or you still drinking?
Oh, I just, did you? Yeah.
No. I mean, like, drinking like it's water, though.
I mean-
like, were you more fucked up back then or you more fucked up now?
it's a loaded question.
Oh, no. Well,
It
here's
is a
the thing.
loaded question.
Publicly, no. There's people who don't even know I drink.
Mm,
On my social media, there's no. I had a McDonald's commercial,
Yeah.
and they were like,
Wasn't that doing like the finals? Or
"Yeah,
something?
we had a McDonald's. We did a whole year
I
campaign."
remember that,
Yeah,
bro.
Thank you.
And I went crazy. I was like, yo!
Thank you. Thank you. That meant a lot. But no, I just think
Especially
that,
anybody from Cleveland, like,
Yeah.
the first thing you do is sport.
little known fact, man. I actually everything I've ever written. So Black Dynamite, David Spade, even in that commercial, I'm wearing a Cleveland hat. I put a Cleveland reference in everything, like even hidden, because I'm Cleveland.
Have you seen that Cleveland's referenced in a lot of movies overall? Is that just me or is
No,
that
it's a
the
lot of
Cleveland
writers.
thing?
There's a lot of
Okay,
writers. There's a lot of writers, and it's also easy.
So I'm flying over Cleveland. I'm going over Akron
Yeah,
today.
everyone knows somebody at Cleveland.
Yeah.
The dude from You, in the show is from Akron.
Really?
Yeah, the stalker guy.
Yeah.
They showed his license one day.
Jeez. Okay.
You
That's
did what
dope.
to his license?
He's from Akron, like his license. Well, I don't know if it's a real license because it's fake ones.
Yeah.
This is fun. I'm glad I'm in this weird hospital with you
Yeah,
guys.
man.
Oh, thanks.
What
I didn't even notice it was a hospital. You sure it's a hospital?
I listened to your podcast today,
Yeah, it's not that good.
and I'm
We don't have an engineer sitting with a board. You guys are doing it big.
and I wanted to ask
these mics
you a question about
Angel?
no, well, you know, she's gorgeous, but your legacy, because you said that a young student put you on the Black History Month thing,
Yeah.
and everybody else
Little
was
white girl,
dead.
by the
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Well, really, that's dope then.
Yeah.
And it was like he said that he was the only one on the board that wasn't dead.
Well, my issue, to fill him in, because
Yeah.
you didn't listen, clearly. Thank you for doing your homework. Black History Month, we always, and now it's getting worse because I feel like the movement, like, it's always just old dead people
Yeah, you
that
retired.
white people put on
basically.
walls.
Yeah, you retired.
Same ones. Like, I was at the school today at Cleveland Heights, they had Duke Ellington. It's like, these kids don't know who the hell Duke. I ain't saying you got to put a little Boosie on the wall, but,
Yeah, but-
at least give them
I remember seeing Fresh
Beyonce
Douglass.
works.
Like,
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z.
Even modern that we would know, but you're right. So I would go to the school and it's literally like a wall, and it's an all white school, but it's like boom, 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 and then me, and I was like, damn, I gotta die. Legacy.
Yeah.
You don't think about that, man. Like my quote is, no one's ever checked me on it, but it's a great quote that I would say. But when it's all said and done, you'll never be remembered for what you had. It's for what you've given. How many cars did Kobe have?
Right.
Steve Jobs.
Right.
But we know what he gave the world. So all this stuff, and I get it. I love materialistic stuff, and I love stuff like the next person. But when you start realizing it's a shift or a paradigm shift in your mind that is like, damn, my legacy is, and it's weird. Like Kevin Porter Jr., Cavs player, shout out to him. We was in the club one night and just met him. He's like, all right, old school. And I was like, old school? I'm still out here drinking with you.
Yeah.
And I realized he's 19.
Yeah.
And then you kind of see your shift, or you see your place, and it's still driven.
We get called OGs at this point.
Well, fuck you. What am I, double OG? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm
it's
like
Maybe triple. I don't even know.
well, it could be a
Watch
sign
out
of
now.
respect as well.
It is,
Like,
but I'm
as
saying,
in-
but that's, to me, that's legacy. So you get to a point where you, not that you don't chase dreams, and not that you don't have things you want, and God knows I'm still pursuing dreams on a daily basis, but you start looking at it a little different. It's perspective, because then you start realizing who's following you, whose doors you're open. You start realizing what you're gonna leave behind. So if it's me doing a McDonald's commercial, we never met at that time. It's like, okay, he's watching this, he's knowing this. I'm days where I don't want to do it, like you said, consistency. Days I don't want to be kind, days I want to speak to school. but you know you have all these people watching you. And it keeps you in line as well. Where, like you said, 10 years ago, when I'm wild and I'm drunk, and I'm literally was known as Drunk Ass Rick, that's how I got my followers, it's a different legacy. So it's like if I die, like I used to look at that. We used to sing online 10 years ago, where on Fridays I would have people tweet out their drinks and show photos of it. And we did this video I did 20 shots in a minute of vodka and killed it. And then people started doing it. I was like, whoa, let's take this off. But I'm like, is that my legacy? Do I want people to just getting drunk? Now, if you see me in person, like Sonny, like I'm gonna get you drunk. We gonna get faded. Like y'all left too soon, but we got it in. We got it in as a charity.
Tell him, no. He thought it was real water. He was like, I want to go get some water.
Nah, we got it. Oh yeah, no.
I walked back in and I was like,
yeah, I want water, man.
we're not talking about water.
No, yeah, that's why I said the kids. And it's funny because people that know me now, you guys know you guys come to more.
Yeah.
My group. Like my mom today, I was just hanging out with them before I came to you guys. My mom was like, "You guys should do a black tie event." My mom ain't nobody. My group, we do it at open bar. Fuck yeah. Yeah. But that's the image. That's who I am. That's who I will be, and it's a legacy in that aspect that you could be cool. You could drink a lot of water. I'm gonna be in the bar the night before pouring drinks in your mouth. Pause. But that's the fun of it for me, and it's being comfortable who you are with yourself, but showing people you can be who you are, but still make a difference in the world. Yeah.
What was your favorite random act of kindness?
It was this. Nah, I'm joking. I was gonna tell you a story about the girl.
You guys, every girl that has hashtag random acts of kindness is bad, bro. It's like the tier of women that want to do kindness.
So he's telling himself they're there. You just don't look at the ugly ones.
I don't.
you just pop up. We just had it happen. I'm gonna give you a recent one. We just had it happen 2 weeks ago. We did a pop-up prom at a senior citizen facility. We do those. We check IDs.
You did a pop-up prom?
Yeah, senior prom. Senior prom.
Dope,
so we dress up, they dress up, and it started off as being fun. The first, we've done a bunch of them. We started being fun. But what happens is they come down in whatever gown or clothing that they entered in. They might not have ever dressed up since the 80s, 90s, 70s, brooches, like whatever. So at first it's like funny because you're like, this old ass man got on some pleated pants. But what happens is they never get visitors. They never get to dress up. So we dress up, they dress up, we're interacting, we play their music, play our music, we're dancing. And it always happens. We had the situation where it's online. And if you don't see it, you don't believe it. So I don't believe it much. But there was a guy who hadn't tried to walk in 3 months. We did a Soul Train line. He got up. Wow. And he had to be carried, but he got up and he danced. Yeah. And it was like,
want to be part of it.
Yeah, we had a kid. We had a little kid in Atlanta that saw his mom and dad get decapitated in a car accident. And his next door neighbor in the hospital room. I'm all over the place today. In the hospital room, wasn't responsive for 3 months, and I started twerking on the nurse with my harmonica, and he just starts like his shoulders to the point they thought he was having convulsions. Starts laughing. Wow. I call his mom, who was still in the hospital. Mom FaceTimes the dad. Doctor comes in. They're like, we don't. But the power of laughter, man. The power of laughter, power of music together. It's unreal. Like it's nothing. And I know doctors get paid to do what they do, and they're amazing at it. But it's that element. Doctors will tell you. It's the element of laughter, music, lights, upbeat energy. Like those are just dope, man. But we do a thing. I took last year off. We do 50 cities in 30 days. Doing a different random act of kindness along the way. 50 cities, 30 days.
I remember
that.
Yeah,
the Rake tour. Yeah. And we pop in and out. I do it with nothing but a cell phone and ID. And I let my followers pick what I do. I have 2 rules. I can't say no, and I can't ask for anything. And it's been real, like just being, popping up.
And is every city really supportive, or
or some aren't, but you'll pop in. I have followers and friends in all those cities, but somebody might come to San Antonio and be like, hey, I want you to do if you see a single mom or somebody looks like a single mom at a bus stop, get her Uber, homie. And even with those little ones, like Sacramento, I'll never forget, we did a small one. We just popped up in a restaurant. And a lady said that her son name was Ricky. My name's Ricky. And she was like, he died 2 years ago the same day. So she's balling. And I'm just like, all right, man, we got to go. Get my fries and get back on the tour bus. But you just never know, man. I always tell people, literally, we're all going through something. I know for a fact everyone in this room is going through something right now that we know nothing about. So the image or the thing we have in our head as far as helping people in need, handicapped, homeless, whatever. We don't have to do that. Help act of kindness for anybody because it literally trickles down at that point. So if I buy you lunch randomly, now your whole day is great. You might buy him lunch, and you never know what people are going through. And that's why my thing is like, don't always feel like you need to just do for people in need. You know, don't always feel like, oh, I need to go do this. Just go out and do something simple. Have fun. Man, and I tell people the best thing you do is this cheesy, shitty joke. Y'all ready? What does a nosy pepper do?
A nosy pepper.
Nosy, like it's real nosy. What's that nosy pepper doing? Get jalapeno business, jalapeno. See, even just that terrible chuckle, it already adjusts your mood. And now it's like, all right, we're smiling. Like I said, as black men, we go through it, man. And understand, we get it from both sides. We get it from cops and society and media, and then we get it on our own selves. We have to be hard. We have to have this image. And it's hard sometimes doing that. So when you can kind of loosen up the mood and whatever, and like you said, you guys are best friends. I see you matching tattoos. They probably don't see right now that you guys got. It's kind of cute.
We should have.
We got tattoos.
I got a tattoo that says tattoo, actually.
Yeah, that was dope. I
also have your girl's name right here. So I go to bar like, I got your girl's name on her. I'm like, shut up. Yep, right here. But that's just it, man. Just trying to bring a little bit of light to the world, how we can do it, inspire and motivate people on their own, terms, and have fun with it, man. My license plate literally is FUN. I don't know if you saw that. Literally, it's just fun. Which one of my dumb followers was like, hey, was that coincidence?
Another question.
Yeah,
Another question.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on from listening to your podcast and seeing some pictures as well. Your relationship with your parents. Do they understand that you're social media famous, or is it just like, oh, Ricky has a nonprofit?
So when I was it's funny you mentioned that. When I was in LA, trying to find myself, people would come up to them in grocery stores. I'm like, when I'm having a bad day, your son, like just I go to his page, I go to his feed, and it just turns my whole mood.
And did you know who they were?
Everybody? Yeah, because I posted them.
Okay. So,
or people that, the first time it was people that knew us collectively. But now it's like they'll be at a Cavs game and people will take selfies with them. They're like, my dad is old school. My dad from Glenville. 5'3".
Yeah, you don't need to run. You don't run up
who this person?
I got the pistol.
It's like this. My dad don't smile, but they get it now and they get Rake. My mom is very religious, very spiritual. She says like Rake is a church without borders. So my mom gets that aspect. My dad gets it. My dad doesn't cry. My dad broke down on Channel 3 News that article. My dad cried. So they're proud of me in that regard, but they get it. My mom is blocked on all social media. Like 100%. She's definitely blocked. Yeah. You heard the podcast the other day.
I want to keep it that way.
Oh, yeah. I think she got a new account on Reblocked. I was like, I never remind your stuff. Like, even the podcast, I know they listen. But
like Nancy, 97.
Yeah. But no, it's cool. But even with that, they benefit. And they get cash tickets and stuff. And they know. It's unconventional. I have a sister who's a lawyer, one's a doctor. And so...
It's not a bad household, bro.
Nah, neither one of my parents went to college.
Ooh, okay.
My sister, doctor, married to doctor. The lawyers consider one of the top 100 lawyers in the world. She's Union Pacific, killing it. And she's married to a pretty high up VP at Eaton Corporation.
Okay.
So my mom and dad, like, raises, like, I have a nephew at Princeton. My other nephew's at UCLA Film School. There's only 18 spots in the country. He's one of 2 blacks as a freshman.
Yeah, buddy.
My other niece is at Northwestern, graduating, like, honors, like, straight through. I have another nephew killing it. But I say that to say, not to brag, but we were raised to be the most competitive family in the world. And not within each other, but, like, I know for a fact, whatever y'all want to play right now, I'm being for real, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
No, I'm being for real.
That's the attitude you got to have.
No, it's not an attitude. I'm being real. Like, you name it. No, I'm serious. I to this day feel like I'm 38. I feel like I play in the NFL. Yeah. If you gave me a year and I'd be a kicker. Yeah. But we're literally just raised, like, and it's weird to meet people not like that. I just assume because you only know what you know. Right. Like, we play Monopoly right now. My sister brought in cash from another Monopoly game. So we had to switch to the credit card. They got the new Monopoly credit card. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah. We had to play with those, but we're trying to win everything. We're trying to beat. So it's funny that, like, Mamba mentality, I don't think people really understood what it was about. Not to, whatever. It wasn't saying, like, you have to, like, you could do whatever you do. Whatever you want to do, just be the best at nonprofit. I want Rake. Fuck these other nonprofits. Rake is about to be whatever. Yeah. There's other people better, bigger, doing things. I didn't deserve a McDonald's commercial. But on the flip side, I'm like, I wanted a burger. Yeah. I wanted a Rake burger. Yeah. I wanted a sandwich named after me. Like, it's
Especially your hometown.
Yeah, it's that concept, but why not?
Yeah.
Like, why? Literally, why not? Like my nephew, I have a nephew now. He's 7, and like we'll go to a basketball game or something. He's like, "Yo, pass me the ball." Like, no, they playing. They in high school. Like, no, I could. He trash. He trash, but we wired to like. Yeah. I'm gonna be the best at everything I do.
Step on next.
Yeah, like, and that's just how we were raised. So it's inspiring and motivating when you have the people who created you, but then your family members are your true heroes. I'm the black sheep by far. Like I have 2 classes left at Morehouse. I never knew what I wanted to be. Like I'm still like
2 classes left.
2 classes. You got to take them in Atlanta though. That's the thing. We thought about pitching this TV show, but I don't think about my old ass be their roommate.
I mean, Facebook TV. You know, what's they call Facebook Watch. They taking everything. I mean, they got a little show.
That's interesting. We'll see. Yeah, but I don't know about when people
streaming.
Me in Atlanta, that'd be wild. No, thank you guys, man. I mean that.
Yeah.
Are we done?
The way we like to wrap up the show.
I'm joking.
No, actually, yeah.
I had cash tickets, but they tried. 50, right?
Just a few more
I'm here.
joints. Where do
I
you
need water? You guys I don't need water.
No, you're good, bro.
One to the thing. No, I'm saying maybe I did. Yeah.
Hold the right time.
You're doing a lot of talking, Charlie. What is this notes for you or for me?
It's for you.
Yeah, I am. You got water?
We have. You're supposed to bring your water.
You want to bring your own water?
Yeah, we bought.
Was I supposed to bring my own headphones?
T-Beard. Well, that's an old list, but we have headphones here. If you wanted to have your own, we could have did that too.
Where's the being recorded video? Oh, this. Oh.
Yeah, buddy.
That's some bullshit. I didn't know. I thought he was just playing.
Fortnite.
I didn't know what he was doing. Like seriously, he got the gamer chair. I thought he was in a wheelchair.
Oh no, he recorded too. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, sorry. It's awkward.
Would you
my back this way the whole time. What?
Would you like to be on our call-in, or would you like to wrap up your portion of the show?
Come on, I'm here now. All
right.
My ticket's gone. I'm in a hotel.
Quick question for you though.
Yeah.
When did you realize when you finally when the Rake finally start paying off?
Day one.
Act
of kindness 1. Here's the thing about doing things for other people. You get instant energy, gratification. So for me, it was Russell Simmons tweeted this thing, said, when you have nothing, get more. And I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. My car gets repossessed. I had a bike. I don't know if you remember Greystone. Drake would rap about it. I rode my bike to Greystone nightclub. Somebody stole my bike.
At Greystone?
Yeah. I'm like, God. Which my child and my dad, I was like, somebody stole my bike. I was like, who steals a bike? He goes, the person that stole your bike. So I literally, it was a true moment. I had $20 left in my name. And I saw that bullshit and I was like, I'm going to buy pizza for homeless people. And I swear to God, the first person I bought a pizza for goes, I don't eat that shit. I'm a vegan. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. But instantly, you realize you have a purpose. Because I get more of it, I believe, than the people do, honestly. Because you have a purpose right then and there. You have energy that you can give out. And I know Cleveland Clinic has done studies and they always tag me on it when they do it, but it's endorphins and things that releases when you do kindness.
Yeah,
because you're like, wow. So a lot of times, man, not to sound cheesy, like the first time I did it was like, all right, this is cool. Like I didn't know, by no means, I never thought it'd be a 501c3 and traveling the world and even talking to you guys. Like it was just me just really being down and like I need something. Like something's got to change.
Yeah,
and it's been inspiring, man. It's
part of every great success story, though. Just that down point before you rise.
Well, you know what's funny, man? Change never happens till you do something drastic. Even just sounding cheesy, you can't. If you're gonna make a left turn, you got to stop and turn. So a lot of times when you're down, you have no option. You can stay down or suicide or whatever. You have literally nothing to lose. And not to sound like, deeper than I am, like literally when you're down, you're like, okay, well, what are we about to do now? And
what's next?
That's what it is. Like, well, you can't, my car got repossessed. Like, I'm living in the car. So I'm like, they took my entertainment system, took my housing, took my radio. Like, they took everything. So
what city was you in?
LA. You know what's crazy story, 'cause I like you guys. This overtime material. Boom, 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 boom. Do you know Repo Man's have your Instagram?
We mean it had an Instagram.
So, all right, let me walk you through the story. So I had the car in Cleveland, right? The car was registered in Cleveland Heights.
And this is like within like 6 years or
this
something?
It's about 9 years ago.
9 years ago?
No, it's 7, because 7 years ago.
And they were following you?
So let me tell you what happened. So the car was registered here in Cleveland, right? I moved to San Diego with my wife. I get divorced. So I'm in LA. So in my mind, how they gonna find me, right? I'm living in my car. I was moving. They calling my mom, dad. They find my phone, hang up. I'm good. I'm doing background work in LA. Background work is literally what it sounds like. You just go on set, you're in the background, pay $8 an hour. I'm doing background work. And at the time I'm doing the reboot of 90210. And I'm like, I take a photo. I'm like, hey, today's office. We were like 45 minutes outside of LA at this soccer arena. It was like a scene they were doing with like Terrell Owens and stuff. So they need like a lot of people in the audience. So I'm just an audience member. It's like an 8-day shoot, 8-hour shoot. So I take this photo to start my day. Go outside after the shoot.
Car is gone.
So all the people leaving to go home. And I'm like, mind you, I'm living in my car. So I'm like, this one girl, man, shout out to Carrie, she's listening to, for a fact. She's like, do you need a ride? I was like, somebody stole it. I knew. But the moral of the story is there's no way they would have known. No way even possible. Let's say Instagram.
Followed you on Instagram.
They're good at what they do.
And I'm thinking that's a time when they you couldn't take the GPS off just yet, or you couldn't hide it.
I didn't have it.
You didn't have it. They just knew.
Yeah.
They had
Whoever
the
it was found it. It was like if you said, hey, I'm in at Kent today. You take a photo of Kent. And we're like, come on. Let's go.
Going out to the
We're
final.
going out to find him. He probably rode up and down the aisles.
I feel like I seen you on a show or something like that, you know.
So the transition,
I was watching back then. I don't even know.
I did a lot of Scandal. I was on Scandal every episode for like, shut up, man. All right, so to be really petty, and then I'll let you take it back over. Really petty, when I first got divorced, I was in LA, and I did background work of all the shows that my ex-wife loved. So I'm just in the background of Scandal, just looking. We did Parks and Recs, and I'm wearing the same shirt every episode. I did Parks and Recs. I did Law and Order SVU. I did.
That's why you got so many female fans, because they seen you before.
Nah, no, in the background. You don't want nobody to know.
SVU, you're SVU, man.
I was a dead body in one of those. I'm in the casket.
He's something a
Dead body 106.
Oh my goodness.
Doom doom.
So we're starting a new segment on the show where we call in to our artists from out of state. We are calling Walk right now from Houston. He's cool with the Shane Show gang and all the Tyler crew and all of them.
Okay.
So we are calling now. Thank you, Sample God on the board.
You're
Walk.
What's going on?
You are live on the Colored Radio.
Wait, who is this?
Exactly. Walk.
Okay.
You are live on Colored
Wait, this
Radio.
Walk?
I don't know if you know Walk.
Like the DJ?
No.
My bad. Sorry, Walk. There's another Walk. Y'all got to figure out your names.
No, it's all good. We all walking. You feel me?
We're all walking.
I like it.
Walk is from Houston. He's an artist.
Okay.
Walk, you are here with King Maul.
Hey.
Sample God is on the boards, and our illustrious guest Rake from Rake.
Cottonmouth right now.
Yeah, a little bit. We've been talking a little bit.
Hey, what's poppin'?
So you are our first time calling on the show, and we just wanted to say, hey, how you doing? What do you have coming up? And tell us about yourself, sir.
Oh, shoot, man. Well, I'm honored. I've actually been a bit of a fan of Colored Radio ever since we ran into each other at CSG. Always supporting Black enterprise, Black media, Black entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, y'all be cutting into some stuff, speaking truth to power.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You be saying stuff that had me feeling like, oh shoot, he
We tried our best.
But no, man. Yeah, my name's Walk WLK. I'm an artist out of Houston, Texas, and I'm just on a beautiful journey. I'm on a life-changing, revolutionary experience where I'm using music and art to cultivate a better version of myself, a better representation of the kind of man and the type of person I want to be, open up the doors of opportunity for my peers, my associates, my loved ones, and ultimately just really creating a sensation of alchemy and using every word that I've ever had, every word I ever will have, to speak into existence that which I have yet to receive. Yeah, man, y'all caught me in the bag today. No,
I thought you was reading that off or something, bro. That was perfect.
I'm about to leave.
Secret,
So this is a new format, so we're not going to do the top 5 type thing. But can you give us your one single that they should go look at, or album or video that they should watch of yours?
For sure. Okay, so I would probably hit on 2 of those. The number one single that kind of comes to mind is this one called "Fake Friends." It's spelled wrong, so when you go looking for it, it's kind of spelled wrong, like my name is, which is WLK. But man, "Fake Friends" is that single that's really popped. I've had it for a couple of years and just been nursing, when you got a good one, but you didn't necessarily have the marketing capacity or whatever behind it. But I've had some abroad shows recently. I performed in LA recently, performed out in Lubbock, Texas, and my manager is booking us for different dates now out and abroad. That's one that always goes off well. So I think that's a beautiful one. And then in regards to projects, the latest album that I have, Mobius, I think is a good middle ground from where I've been, quality and production-wise, but introduces you to flavors of where I'm about to go. Because April, I'm snapping off on y'all, and don't even get to me about this fall, because I'm gonna be in your playlist, so you can bet that.
The one thing I wanted to touch on with you that I've learned about you since I met you and everything, you love your blackness. You love your skin. Your pictures are always very melanin heavy, and you want to show off your melanin.
Mm-hmm.
Can you touch on where you stem from with your marketing, with showcasing your skin color and letting people know this is Black History Month and I'm blackity black.
For sure. Man, to be completely honest, and just as an act of transparency, it took me a long time to discover self-love.
Mm-hmm.
I think you watch a lot of social media and you look at things, and there's immediately, there's the idea of the light skin or the this or the that. And colorism is trash. Let's just go ahead and start there. But on top of that, then you're constantly fighting for some sense of self-identification of like, well, when I look at television or when I look at this or that, this is what attractive men or quote unquote look like. I developed and discovered inside of myself a real love for my own hue. I'm on the darker end of the spectrum when it comes to brothers, but figuring out how to be comfortable in my own skin. And I actually have to give a big shout out to the photographers that I've worked with as well. I regularly herald Tremaine and Cliff and another friend of mine, K. Trinot, where they've done such a great job of capturing that rawness, capturing my emotion, capturing the adaptive character that does live inside of my skin. It's telling a story. And so, I wasn't going to whitewash or shy away from that as we built my brand, Never Walk Alone. That's my story.
I love it. Guys, you have any kind words to send off to Walk? Anything you want to ask to him while we have him?
No, really asking. Just saying, keep up what you're doing right now. I respect the whole movie that you got going on, man. I like that.
We're gonna plug in a song in post and everything, so don't worry about that.
Sounds good.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
This walk.
Mm-hmm.
This is Rake, comedian, writer. Why are the roaches so big in Houston? I saw a roach. It literally was smoking a cigarette.
I thought they were bigger in New York.
Yeah.
Those rats more. No, Houston got some like huge. Wait, what other roaches are there?
I thought you was on another level. But we good.
No, hold on. Wait, talk to me.
Talking about people with roaches.
Yeah, like people or marijuana roaches. Like, talk to me.
Yeah, I was trying to know what you knew. I was trying to see.
I know. What you know? I know what you know. You know what I know.
Yeah, we know things.
We had a know off.
Yeah,
I just know that I know what you know. That I know you know.
I'm glad I know what everybody's talking about.
For sure. So I would just say I think it's indicative of what's going on here in Houston. Everything's big. Everything is loud. Everything is out, out and in front of yourself, you know what I'm saying? So representation of things, they tend to be big. The truck is big, the beautiful ladies are big, you know what I'm saying? And everything else like that. So that's, that's why when you get in the passed over, you might feel like you got a whole instead of a half, you feel me?
Oh. I never smoked in Houston before.
See, I didn't even know you smoked, sir. I ain't catch that
Perceptions
vibe. I know.
I
did not catch that vibe.
I might be high right now.
I pretty much just assume.
Okay, let's keep it a beam. Let's keep it a beam, right? When I was young, like when I first got into undergrad, I had a disposition about marijuana, disposition about cannabis in general. You know what I mean? But as you start to do your own homework, and by no means is this me, speaking to cannabis advocacy. Of course, I gotta be careful in Texas because we ain't allowed to have no THC. But at the same time, I just recognize there is a political and a social attempt to demonize certain objects and certain resources when they can't be controlled by the majority who has always been selfish and self-serving. The moment that majority figures out a way to monetize that which they demonize, it stops being a problem.
Absolutely right.
I like that.
But we don't want to have that conversation. We can't get into socioeconomics. I can't start talking to you all about people.
Sir, yeah, again, I love talking to you already. We're going to definitely call to you again, but our engineer is going to see Cameron tonight. But the way we like to wrap up the show is we go around and say what we're reading, watching, or listening to. So I'm going to start with you and ask you what you're reading, watching, listening to, and we're going to say goodbye and end the show for you, sir. Hello?
He went to go listen to Cameron.
Did we lose him?
The roaches got him.
It was a whole lot of
bad. Yes. Okay. The way we like to wrap up the show is we say what we're reading. Say what we're reading, watching, or listening to, and we're going to start with you so we can get off the phone with you and then end the show, sir. So what are you reading, watching, or listening to? Walk.
I am rereading David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. Okay. Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorite people when it comes to social experimentation and understanding how you get from point A to point B. He's studied moments in history and really tried to quantify, man, how did Jordan get into that 23? You know what I'm saying? That jersey. How did the miracle on ice really happen? How did this? How did that? That's where I'm at in regards to reading something and then watching something. I love space movies, man. I've been rewatching Ad Astra. I've been rewatching Interstellar. I've been rewatching 2001: A Space Odyssey. I just have an affinity for any good space epic, bro. That brings me so much life because it's everything.
Dope, very dope. Tell them your social media name and what you have coming up, sir. Sign off.
For sure. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms at XWLKX. It's 5 letters, XWLKX. I'm working hard. I've been blessed to have management recently come on board, and so we are streamlining everything. Get your wallets ready because the merchandise is kicking. I promise. I've had an opinion about, people who just throw their fan bases into Gildan or Hanes or, Fruit of the Loom. When you put this on, you're going to love it. I guarantee it. And
we lost it.
All right. That's good. We're going to wrap it up.
You have to say no more.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's it. King Maul, what are you reading, watching, or listening to, sir?
Currently watching Narcos. I avoided. Took a step back after the Pablo stuff, and I came back in with I forgot my man's name, like Milios or some shit like that. I don't know. I actually just ordered a new book. Can't really say the name of it right now, but basically, just trying to learn a little bit more of the of crossbreeding on certain things. Just trying to get back into it as far as a little bit more detail and try to get some new stuff.
Tomato growing.
Exactly. Anyway, it's currently listening to pretty much everything that comes on shuffle. Nothing specific though. Nothing specific.
Rick on ya.
Yep.
Sir, you've made it to the last round of Color Radio.
Yep.
What are you reading, watching, or
everything about
to?
Coronavirus?
Really?
I'm scared. I'm scared.
They said it just hit.
I'm scared.
Yeah, lay a couple weeks ago.
They said China then spreading, but I heard it's spreading. It's spreading fast, and if it gets to Africa, I'm scared. You can't stop it if it gets to Africa. Then it's just
that's where you retreat to.
Yeah, it's just over with.
Yeah,
man.
I'm scared.
So
it's affecting everybody. Samsung, Apple, like every business.
We can't get our pens in at the
business.
job because of that. They are I tell you off Karen. Well, yeah, they put like we 2 weeks behind on getting some new pens in because they was from China.
That's everybody's business.
I'm about to go buy some pens.
Yeah.
Just hold them.
Yeah. But you said you're reading all that. You're watching, listening to anything?
I've been watching Outsiders.
Yeah, buddy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this last
Outsiders.
episode, I'm ready. I feel like they draw the YouTube. They dragging it a little bit.
A lot.
Yeah,
I have a slow attention span on things. So.
Yeah.
What was the last one? What am I
listening to?
Silence right now.
Yeah, every 7 seconds. Every 7 seconds.
No, just everything, man. Like you said, shuffle. I'm a music head, so right now, and everything. Cameron.
Hey, I am watching Alone on Hulu, Kidding on Showtime, and 11/22/63 on Hulu, which is James Franco. He goes back in time to save JFK. Fucking wild little series.
You said James Franco?
Yeah. Music wise, Boley James just came out with a new album. It's rocking. I forgot how much I miss his rap style. And reading, I'm going to get back into my summer classes, so I gotta read up on econ because they got me doing a lot of data at the job. So that's what I'm about to get back on, some data entry.
Thanks for having me, guys. I mean that for real. And I know you guys been wanting me on for a while, but pleasure, man. I mean that for real. I don't do any radio interviews or podcasts anymore, so it meant a lot to me for me to give you guys a challenge. You guys came through. Even he like you know who we are, right? Like I read everything, look at everything, every post, every whatever. It's almost like autistic.
Yeah. Some people don't know. Some people walk in, they be like, man,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the one paying attention. He's the one to pay attention. I was shocked. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. I even know where when y'all came in. Y'all went there on the side. Y'all had your little flow going. No, you gotta know everything's going on in your building.
Exactly. Thank you again for coming. This is Colored Radio, S. Carter. Thank you, Sample God. Thank you. This is Goat Studios. Play that funky music.